Hi, I'm Laura Pereira Malone, an independent Stampin' Up! Representative, and I'm bringing to you something that I needed for my church group. And I thought, you know what, I want to share this because I found it, and I'll give the person that I found at their website, their YouTube channel, a shout out at the end. But I changed up the measurements. So what it is a mini brag book, which a lot of people don't use anymore, but I thought this would be great for grandmothers, as well as just a project the kids can make, or you can make, and maybe you need it for any reason. I thought this would be great, and I'm just making sure I'm in the camera. I'm sorry if I made anybody dizzy, but it's a quick one. It really wasn't a lot of work, and I haven't decorated it yet, but I wanted to put it out there. And this is what it looks like. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 photos in here. Or kids can journal in it, and you know, so it's meant for everybody, this here. I think I'm going to make a couple and give them to my daughter and daughter-in-law, and they can put the pictures in. Maybe they'll give it back to me. I don't know. So I'm going to give you the measurements as I go. I already scored everything, and it's really easy. The girl that made it on 11.5-inch paper, whereas I made it on 11-inch paper. I made it so you could actually get 2 out of 1 sheet, because I cut it down to 4 by, and it's the 11. So my measurements are the same as hers in that regards. So I scored it at, let's see, right here, I'll show you. This one might be easy enough to see. I scored it at, let me get another light on, because it's raining like crazy up here in Boston, which we need. My poor flowers look like they were going to die, and we're on a water ban, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe I scored this a little wrong. I don't know. Let's see. Did I get the double up there? Yes. Okay, so I scored this at 3, 6, 6 1/4, 9 1/2, and 9 1/4, excuse me, 9 1/4, 9 1/2. So hers was a little different. It was a 1/4 inch longer, because she was using 11.5, excuse me, 1/2 inch longer. But I didn't think that made a big deal in our paper. I thought that still came out handy. She put Velcro here, which I haven't done yet. This one is actually, I'm making this video so I can share it with the pastor, and she can make it with the kids on Sunday. So all you do is that. Now I had a little tricky, and shouldn't have been anything special, but let me grab my my big cutter. And what I did was I cut my 8.5 by 11 down to 8 by 11, and I kind of cheated because I figured it was easier to make a 4-inch cut, okay, than try to like skim off this end and skim off that. So to keep it easy peasy, which I like easy peasy, and since I had to make 12 up for her in kits, I thought I would definitely make it easy peasy. So what I did was I took my scoreboard, I took the 8 by 2 3/4, that's what this is, 2 3/4, and what I did was I scored it at 4. So then when I went back, I had to trim it, which was okay with me because I trimmed it down to 3 3/4. So I just took it off, and then I went and rounded my corners. So I did 3 of them. I'll give the measurements there. I just thought it was easier than trying to get a full piece. Like, I think this one isn't cut down. This is, yeah, this one is at 4. Look at that. It's a little off even there. Let me see the side. And then I needed a 4, so I got my 4. And then I can just fold it over and trim off at 3 3/4. I just thought that was so much easier. This is what I did. I got it here. I made it to 4, so there's my 4 score. And I'm going to bring it in at 3 3/4. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to bring it down so you can. Whee, right there. Hopefully I can get nobody dizzy. And I can pull it up maybe a little. And 3 3/4. And it was a little tricky to cut it. I won't lie, my cutter had to go back and forth a couple of times, but that was as simple as it could be. And then I just rounded the corners. Well, you know, as I was going through this, if I didn't have to make 12, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be at church to teach this, so I thought, okay, I'll make it as easy as possible. So all the pieces are all cut for her. what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I put the pieces in. Now with the scores, this actually lends itself to giving it a little thickness. I have some paper for them to decorate. You know, these are children and adults that haven't done this before. And I just think it's wonderful to be able to share my love with somebody else. And of course, you know, I use some of my older scraps. And this way she'll have a video. So what they're going to do is take their glue, which could be rub-on sticks, I'm not quite sure. And I thought 2 going this way and 1 going the other was fun. So let me see if this Tombow has anything left. I really wish I could refill these because it kills me. Yep, this one's stuck up. And I don't even have my regular glasses on. I'm doing real good. But I will put all the measurements in below. And like I said, this was somebody else's project, but I thought, you know what? This is a good project for anybody. Sometimes you want something to do, and, you know, I know myself, I love making little scrapbooks just to share, you know, and we don't share enough photos. Other than, I know everybody's putting them on Facebook. That's all fine and dandy with that. But you know what? I did a live the other day on Facebook. I don't know what they did with my video. I can't find it anywhere. So, you know, as a result, I rather do it. So I'm going to put 2 going one way and 1 going the other. I think that'll be fine. And I'm just lining them up between the creases, the score lines, kind of giving it a margin on the side. Yeah, so they work out really well. And the other one is scored over here and ready to go. And I'm going to just glue it down. Now, I can use washi tape to decorate these. The girl laid another piece of white cardstock. Well, I don't know about that, okay? Sometimes it's hard to get pictures cut small enough for that. I'm going to move that up so it's closer to the score line and just in there, all right? It should have went over just a tad more. It's hard to see the light shining on my eyeglasses here. Okay, so here we got this. Oh, now it's too far that way. Holy moly, here we go. I love doing these videos. Ah, now my fingers are stuck to the Tombow. I love Tombow. It loves me. Okay, and there's that. Okay, so now she's got all these laid out. And this is a great senior citizen project, you know. I think it's good for anybody. So now I can take my designer series paper and just decorate these very easily. I probably, you know, you could put designer series paper here, but if I'm putting in a picture that's, let's see, this is 2 3/4 high, you know, you can get a 2. Or sometimes you just want to cut a piece out of a picture and put it in there and then write something about it. So it leaves enough room for journaling as well. I personally think these are cute as a button to make and give as gifts. And I just had to share it. I'm actually going to grab, I got some of that flower paper. And I'm going to grab the one with the daisies on it. Can I find the one with the daisies? And this paper I think is still available. Actually, the roses would look pretty too. But I think I'm going to go with daisies. Maybe not. I might change my mind. Yeah, because Magenta Madness will go with this. And I'm going to grab a piece. And I'm actually going to do the outside. And the outside, I did write this down. It's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. The measurements for the 3 panels over here. And I'm going to do 3 3/4. And I think this will lend itself pretty. 3 3/4. You know, everybody likes to do things differently, but, you know, just a nice memory. Maybe you want to give them a recipe. This could be put into a recipe. I know my mom's passed away, and I have one sister that keeps hogging all the recipe books. I don't know. I can't get my mom's recipes. She keeps saying she's bringing them over. The ones I have are the ones I'm using. But, you know, I want to get them all. I'm going to just put a couple on so you can get an idea. Let me get this bad boy out of the way. All right, so I mean, if you wanted to make these up and give to your daughters and your daughter-in-law with your recipes in it, don't wait until you pass away. My mom always said, oh, I'm going to write them down for you. And, you know, we never thought time would pass that we wouldn't have her to write them down. And sure as shooting, here we go. Now, on this one here, I could even round the edge. Boy, my glue doesn't really want to come out. Gave around the edge, but I'm just going to do a little bit. I'm going to put this one up in here, and that'll fit in nice right there. Give it a nice little border. That's going to look really pretty. Yeah, this is going to look really good. And I'm going to take this one and put it up there. And this pattern here, this paper here is a package of 48 6x6 sheets, which is wonderful. Double-sided, as you can see, as I put the glue all over it. My fingers are sticking to this because this glue is multi-purpose. And the reason why is, if I'm not mistaken, it's the glue where you can reposition, and if it's not complete, you can leave it tacky and all that good stuff. But you know what? I don't want it tacky. I want it on there. All right, so now you need a piece that is, what was this measurement? Where did it go? 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to do that real quick. I just lost my cutter again. I keep sticking things underneath here, and I don't know where they go. Really? Oh, there it is. 1 1/4 by 3 3/4, which is really kind of funny when you think about it. It's not that big, but it adds a lot of bang for the buck. So, I mean, look how fast this is coming together. Once you cut it and, you know, you do your rounded corners, you don't have to round the corners. I think it looks pretty either way. 3 3/4. I think I want to take more of the flower. So what I'm going to do is go this way. So I get more of the daisies. I get more of a daisy there. Oop, wrong blade. I'm notorious for doing that. And what I'm going to do is, now this is going to fold over the front, so it really don't matter too much with this one. This glue isn't even sticking. You know, it sticks better than me, than anybody else. I'm going to just run. I have an old one. Somebody gave me this as a gift. God love him, it weighs a ton. I have my Stampin' Up! One, but, you know, this one you can't lose. The Stampin' Up! One, I kind of always like, where did I put it now? This one is big and bulky and always in the way. So I might as well put it to work while it's in my way. And I'm going to make the other one in a minute. I'll take another piece of paper there. And this one here, I love it because it has Misty Moonlight on the other side. So it's kind of like, you can use that for any time of the year too. And I think it's on sale for $6.60 for 48 sheets because it's going away. And it's a really good buy. I'm going to throw a little extra glue into this little corner here. I might as well make it good. I'll probably use this as a gift in my bingo Sunday night. Whoopsie days, now I'm really going to have glue all over me. I'm going to cut another piece of my designer series paper, wherever the heck that just went to. Ay, ay, ay. You know, I'm trying to beat the clock on this because somehow I'll learn eventually. There you is. Okay, so I need another piece that is 3 3/4 by, here my cat, get out of here. 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Again, for the bottom. Shh, go away, Blackie. He always gets really talkative. 3 3/4. Okay. And then forgive me if the cuts aren't in the camera. By 2 3/4. But all the measurements will be there. And I will put the link for this paper, or at least my website link, so you can do it. And what I'm going to do is actually curve these corners. The class that I may teach on Sunday, if I'm not there, they can look at this video, and you know, the person I was going to help with the class, she'll be ahead. Now you could actually do ribbons on this now that I look at it. I'm doing Velcro, and I'm going to show you something funny. I got Velcro. You know, I got all excited. Sometimes you go on Amazon and you go, wow, that's a really good buy. And then you find out maybe it wasn't all that good of a buy. And what happens is maybe it's the wrong Velcro, or maybe it doesn't stick as well. I don't know. But in any case, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted. So I have to put little staples in it. And I did have a little staple gun. And you know, the funny part is, I'm going to show you this. It's really funny. I think it is anyway. It's got a zip lock, and the little lock came off. It's tougher than the dickens to get this silly thing open. But yet the Velcro doesn't stick too well to the thing, so I don't recommend this Velcro. It is easy because somebody said you should put, what is it? The loopies, or this part here, the loops, I think it was, to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just close this up for a second, fold it over, and it has that room because you got it in there. So what I'm going to do is actually take the other one, and these come on two different things. Oh, this is the fuzzies. So the fuzzies, what they said was a fuzzy should be on top. I didn't know there was a difference. It's sticking to my fingers. So what I like to do is stick it actually a little bit closer to the edge than you would think, and then bring it down and just hold it for a few minutes and give it. But now look at, isn't that adorable? And I haven't even put a label on it yet that says Happy Mother's Day or just for you. I just lost a roll. Here it is. And these came in this huge roll, but it's the Dickens. They don't like to open the plastic bag. And then sometimes I find myself just putting a little staple in it. Unbeknownst to me what I do with my staple gun. Here it is. And I get this little mini stapler that I happen to pick up at, I don't know, some craft store. And it works out pretty good, but if you do it the wrong way, then you get the sharp part to me. So I can always put a hat on the front covering it and know somebody isn't going to get hurt. But what would have been smarter for me to do, had I thought of it, is put this piece on. Let me get, look at, you can't even get them apart, but yet they don't want to stick to the paper, which is really crazy. Put this piece on. This is what I would do different in my next one, is before I lay, because it's this second panel, before I lay it, I would just staple it, and that way I could hide the staple behind this. But that's not a big deal because I'm going to put pictures of something over it. So all it needs to do is be decorated, and it's all done. But how is that for a cute, you know, gift for Mother's Day, for your Grammy or your Nana or Glamour? That's the new thing. But I hope you like that. I'm actually going to share it, and like I said, I can always staple this right here, put a heart on it. Isn't that adorable? And it lends itself. I think this will be a cute gift for anybody. Like I said, put those recipes in here. Maybe you take a picture of the cake, and then you put the recipe here and here. All right, maybe you have to type it on a computer to get it out. But in my case, I got my daughter and my daughter-in-law, and I like to share with them with recipes. But wouldn't this be great? Because then they could even, if they were going to the store, they could take it with them and know they're getting all the right products, or just put it away as a keepsake. Or maybe if I'm taking and making the product with them, you know, the dessert with them, or the recipe that we're making together, we can take a picture and put it here. And, you know, a lot of times people take pictures and there's all this background when you only want the people that are in it. So you can trim it and fit it too. And you can decorate it with anything you want on top. And isn't that beautiful? So I thank you so much. And I'm Laura with Stampin' Up. And this is my first Mother's Day idea. And it's pretty easy peasy. And I'll put all the measurements in the caption, and I hope you'll give it a try. Have a great day. Bye-bye.